Good evening, good evening, good evening. Fine, YouTubers. How are you guys doing tonight? I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. I have an absolutely super exciting guest this evening. GuitarmageddonZL1, Nick, is going to be joining me on my YouTube journey this very evening. I'm really excited about it. He's a very experienced YouTuber. He's been doing this for over 3 years and has managed to turn something that he loves to do into a successful YouTube channel. We're going to talk all about his journey, the good stuff, the bad stuff, and whatever. And I'm really excited about it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring Nick in here with us. Good evening, Nick. How are you doing? How is this awesome Wednesday night treating you?
It's good. Normal Wednesday, normal hump day, I guess.
Yeah, a little muggy. But as Michael says, it's the same weather as everywhere else, so we're good. Yeah. Let's see. So let's get right to it. How long have you been a YouTuber? Because I think I said 3 years, but I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, it's so 2016, but it was the beginning, I think, of 2016 is when I really got into it. I had a channel since 2006, but that was back when you had to like make a channel to even make a comment on a video. So like I wasn't doing any videos obviously back in 2006, but it wasn't until I got my 2013 Camaro ZL1 that I then started making some videos of it. Like the end of 2015, I just like threw this up, threw that up, just random stuff, you know, not even any vlog style, nothing like that. It was just a random clip of the car. And then I really started doing it in 2016, the beginning of 2016, basically. So yeah, it's been like 3.5 years, maybe something like that.
So when you first started, did you think it would become something, or was it just kind of throwing up fun videos out there?
No, I didn't think it was going to be anything. I was just doing it for fun, really. And then just kept rolling with it, really. So I mean, I'm still doing it obviously for fun, but you know, it's become a business now, obviously, and more than I thought it was going to be. And it's yeah, I definitely didn't start it just to try to be famous or make money or anything like that. Like that's not why I did it.
Is there something that occurred in between just kind of making videos for fun and when you kind of decided, man, this could be a thing? Was there like an event or something that happened?
So like, yeah, kind of like that moment of transition. I guess there was like, I guess it was when I was really gaining followers, and a lot of people were watching my videos, and I realized, hey, this is kind of cool. Like people are enjoying what I'm posting, and people are enjoying the entertainment that I bring to the channel. So I figured, hey, you know, it went from me just doing videos for honestly myself mainly to then doing videos for people, right? And being sort of more an entertainer, but still obviously having fun and doing things that I love to do, you know, at the same time. So that was the transitional phase, which is pretty much, honestly, it was in 2016 as well. It was like maybe middle of 2016, the summer, maybe toward the end, you know, is when it started to transition into something that I saw that could be bigger, you know?
Yeah. So what for those of you in the audience that don't know Nick, this is Guitarmageddon ZL1, and tell us just what people are going to find on your channel. What do you do?
Well, mainly stuff with my 2 Camaros. I've got a 2013 ZL1 and a 2017 ZL1, and I also have a 2017 Silverado. And I started the channel, obviously the name, you know, Guitarmageddon ZL1, actually came before the YouTube channel. How do I explain this? So I was in a band for 8 years. I was in multiple bands for 8 years. I've been playing guitar since 2002, so that's what, 17 years, going on 17 years now. And that was a huge hobby of mine, was guitar. And I came up with this like quirky like play on words with guitar and Armageddon. So I put them together as Guitarmageddon. And then I tacked in ZL1 on the end because I had a ZL1. Like literally, that was an afterthought. And then the channel became that little ZL1 thing at the end of the name. It became that, and I kind of, a lot of people were drawn to the car, and then a lot of people were also drawn to, you know, myself as well. So that's what the channel became. It revolved around that one car, and then I got the 2017 ZL1 a year later, and then it revolved around that car. Still does, you know. So I've just recently started bringing guitars, which I don't know if you can kind of see my guitar wall right up here, but I have 7 guitars hanging on this wall right now. 7 of probably 30 that I've owned in my lifetime, but there's more of this coming, and I'm planning on bringing the guitar aspect into the channel more, just because that was my main hobby, and it still is a big part of my life, you know. So show that to people, you know, now that I have a good following.
Absolutely. So for those of you who haven't seen Nick's channel, when he does his intros and stuff, usually he'll have this massive guitar wall behind him, so you'll be able to see it there. Also, if you don't know what a Camaro ZL1 is, well, it's already really ridiculously fast when you buy it off the showroom floor. So what he does is take it to the next level. It's pretty awesome stuff. It really is, Nick. What's your general release schedule? I know you have a full-time job on top of YouTube. So do you have a regular release schedule?
So when I first started, I sort of did. And I was able to upload like 3 videos a week. And it was between like every other day, or maybe like 1 video and then 2 days off, then another video. So it was like a Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday thing. So, and then it would kind of like alternate back and forth. But at this point, I don't, only because I'm a little busier now than I was when I started the channel. In fact, when I started the channel, not a lot of people know this, but I was actually laid off from my day job. So I was able to dedicate a lot of time to YouTube, and I could pound out videos. You know, I could film a video every day, and then I could, by the time I'm done editing, you know, it's like every other day I had a video ready to go out. But now I don't, because obviously I'm working a lot of hours at work, which I'm thankful for, you know, obviously. But it's kind of like one thing. If one thing's really busy, the other is kind of like, you know, fading down. So this is busy. Like, if my job is busy, it's hard to keep up with YouTube. If YouTube's like doing well, I'm banging that out, like my job is probably like not working me a lot. You know, it's kind of like, it's hard to balance, I should say that. But I managed to do it, and it was yeah, I don't even know where I was going with this, but I forget the question you even asked because I've been talking so much.
It's all good. But I guess, well, it was about your release schedule. So your release schedule is not as regular as it used to be.
No.
How do you balance the full-time work schedule with your YouTube process?
Yeah, so again, like, it's hard. It's hard because, like, my job, I can't go to work and like sort of do anything YouTube related. Like, when I'm at work, 8 hours of my day, or however long my shift is dedicated to that and that only. You know, if I had like maybe an office job or something that I could take my computer with me, or maybe I had a job that was a little more flexible, then it would be a little bit easier to do, you know, to do this. But when I go to work, that's what I do. And I've snuck out here and there on my break and edited a video real quick, you know what I mean? I mean, I chose to do that instead of eat dinner because I wanted to get a video out that day or something. So there are times when I would make sacrifices like that during work, but most of the time I try to do everything either after work or maybe before if I'm working like a late shift. And weekends are honestly the time when I work the most because that's when I'm off. So, you know, most people might take the weekend as being off and having fun and going to do stuff. Well, you know, I'm there trying to do the other daily grind, which is, you know, YouTube and the social media and everything. So
absolutely. Do you produce content for any other formats besides YouTube, like Instagram or Facebook or anything like that? Can people find you on producing content other than just keeping a personal connection on any of the other formats?
Yeah, I mean, Instagram is the second biggest I have, and then Facebook, and then Twitter, which I don't really do much on Twitter. I never really understood Twitter too much. I just wasn't a big fan. A lot of people do. I don't. But Facebook, obviously everybody knows Facebook. But as far as like the following, you know, you get YouTube, which is the biggest, which is why I started. Then I made an Instagram. That's the second biggest. And then Facebook just kind of fell on just to have a Facebook. And that's really a mirror image of my Instagram anyways. A lot of people do a lot of stuff on Facebook. I can't really grasp how you do certain things and get a lot of views or get a lot of, people liking your page. Like I never figured it out. I always had a decent grasp on YouTube and semi on Instagram, but yeah, those are my two main ones really. I sometimes do exclusive stuff on Instagram that you wouldn't see on YouTube. Like I will do teasers on Instagram, or I'll do like a contest. So like if you don't have an Instagram, like you're not gonna see it, So it's kind of like a exclusive thing for those people that have it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that strategy. So you're either married or have a girlfriend. I know this because of your About page.
So I have a girlfriend, but a lot of my subscribers will tell you that I should be married to her. They're always saying that.
Well, so the question basically is, does she love what you do? Is she supportive of the YouTube thing? Obviously, I totally, from what I gather, she's really involved with the enjoyment of the cars and going to the track and the drag racing stuff. But is she as enamored with the YouTube piece of your life as you are, or at least half as much?
Yeah, I mean, we started dating. I already had a YouTube channel, so she kind of came into it. It was a little bit smaller than it is now, but she enjoys it. I think it does. There are times when it takes some time out of our time together, in our social life, but or in our relationship. But we both make sacrifices, and she loves it. I try to include her in everything that I do. I think that's one of the things that maybe separates me from others, that a lot of some people don't bring their personal life into their channel. Others do. I decided that I wanted to because, like, I mean, I don't have anything to hide, and we just kind of like do our normal thing, and people can relate to us, So
Absolutely, I can totally relate to the way you do it, because Monica my wife was not. She didn't know anything about it, and now she's become a massive part of my YouTube process, and she's totally bought in. And I think when you can work together as a husband, wife, or a couple, it's pretty cool stuff, man. It makes it that much more fun because she's as excited to meet folks when I'm out as I am, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, she likes to help out, and she definitely helps me out a lot. Because I got a lot of stuff I do here and there, and she's always willing to help. And sometimes I feel bad because I can't. It's hard for me to give the same, you know what I mean? But we try to do what we can for each other. And but I think she really likes being involved. I tried to convince her to make a channel.
The one part about being a YouTube family is that she gets it, and she's as committed as she understands the struggle, which is that goes a long way. Let's see. Are there any activities outside of YouTube that you like to do? And I suppose it's probably car related, but is there stuff that you like to do outside of cars that you don't really share that much on your channel?
So yeah, I mean, just going out and hanging out with some friends, or just going out on a Friday or Saturday night downtown, just hanging out. Even like I have other hobbies other than cars and guitars. Like I like to shoot guns, so I have some different guns that I take out. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get there recently, but it's stuff that I've been doing with my life. I actually was learning how to skydive like 4 or 5 years ago. That kind of got put on hold because that's a pretty long process to get your license. But there's other things. Just going and hanging out with friends, really. I was actually really big into video games when I was a kid, and I just bought a Nintendo Switch like 4 months ago, something like that. So like I find myself like involved in a video game for like 2 hours instead of doing work, because I'm like reliving my childhood like memories, But it's just I'm always doing something different and new. I like doing different stuff. So.
Yeah, and the Switch is pretty easy to get lost in. That's why I kind of keep mine hidden, so I'm not, because if I see it, man, it's tempting. And I got other stuff to do. So you have had some shakeups on your channel. You used to do videos with other YouTubers on a relatively regular basis. Not that you don't do videos with other YouTubers, but people got used to seeing certain people on your channel, and everything changed at one point, and there was some community drama and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
How did that directly affect? Well, first of all, how did that affect your channel and their channel? Because I know you can't specifically speak to their channel, but did it have a hugely negative impact on their channel or your channel over the period? And this is just nothing about the personal aspect of it. I want to actually ask that later, but I just want to know, how did it affect your physical channel, your numbers, and their numbers?
So, I mean, like you said, I can't really speak for them because I'm not really monitoring them or monitoring it. And even I wasn't really monitoring mine hardcore because I was just focused on moving forward from everything. You know what I mean? So,
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure it did, like, because a lot of people watched everybody, and when they see the group kind of like start to dismember or just kind of like, you know, dissolve or whatever you want to call it, it's like they don't know what to do. They're like, well, who do I watch? I don't want to pick sides. And do I continue to watch them all and just forget about it, which a lot of people have done? Or do I like pick sides with somebody? Or do I just stop watching them all because this is stupid? Like, I think it was good that we had a group, but it was also like bad at the same time, because you got channels out there that have been flying solo and they're killing it. That's all they did. They flew solo the whole time, and they're doing great. And then you got channels out there that they have a group, and if they don't stick in that group, it's like they're pretty much dedicated to that group for the long haul because that's what they've built their following on. And I kind of see that as how our group was, but at the same time, like, I've had a lot of situations in my past that I've experienced, not with YouTube, we're talking like other stuff. Like I was saying, when I was in bands and stuff, and it's like being in a band, you know, you're with like, say, 4 or 5 guys, and you got to stay together. That's the hardest part, is staying together. It's not hard to write music. It's not hard to go play shows. Hardest part is everybody getting along and staying together. And then when you don't, and you start replacing people and members, then everybody that watched you as a band is like, oh, now it's different because this guy's not here. Or, oh, that guy's gone. Well, I don't like you guys because I followed him. That's kind of how it is. And I have experienced that multiple times playing in multiple bands. So I kind of used my past experience to help me do that, you know, with this situation. And I guess there was a lot of, I mean, there were hard times. There were times when it was just like, it really sucked, you know, and there were times where it's just kind of like, you know, it didn't. But I think it affected us only because we started out that way. Like, it wasn't like we were all big channels and then we just came into the group and collaborated and then we just kind of like faded. It was like random. It was like, we started that way. Like, that's how it was.
That makes perfect sense. So how did it affect you as a person outside of the channel when things just, because I mean, obviously when you're doing stuff with other people, there's a personal relationship. You seem like you're similar to me. You have a personal relationship with some of your audience members as well, or you interact with them on social media or whatever. How did you deal with that personally? It sounds like maybe even the band experience had kind of given you already a little bit of a background of how it works, but how did it affect you personally, and how'd you deal with it?
Like, as far as personal relationships with the guys that I was working with on YouTube, or what?
Well, I mean, you as a person, how did it affect you? I mean, did you end up just not maybe thinking, I don't want to do this anymore, or you know, were you down for 3 or 4 days, or was it just well on to the next? How, I mean, did it motivate you extra? Were there mistakes during the process because there's always hurt feelings? Did you make a mistake somewhere that you'd say, man, if I had it to do over again, maybe I wouldn't do that? Stuff like that they can tell the viewer, if something like this happens to them, maybe this is the way it works.
So I think the biggest thing is like, going back on it, like, would I do something different? I don't know if I would, because if I did something different, it would be compromising my personality and how I am. So like, I could go back and just put a smile on and just forget about all of it. You know, whatever happened, if something bad happened, that wouldn't matter. Blow it off, doesn't matter. And just continue to live kind of fakely, you know, put a fake smile on, fake it till you make it, whatever, you know, the quote is. But that's not me. So I didn't do that. And I don't know, I think like it did affect me. It's affected some of my creativity in some of the videos, you know, when it first happened. Obviously, it kind of made me think about the future of what I was going to be doing. But I also sat there and thought, you know, I like created this. Like nobody else created what I have but me, you know. Like, yes, we influenced each other, but like I did this, you know what I mean? And this is all controlled by me. So I control how the future goes. Nobody else does. Not this guy that I work with, not that guy that I work with, not this subscriber or that subscriber, or this person that's talking crap about me. Like, they don't control any of that like I do, you know. So that's kind of how I started to move forward with it, and just kept going. I stuck by my guns and really what I've been doing with the whole channel the whole time, which is like I love Camaros, I do videos of stuff I love, and you know, that's pretty much it. It's not, I didn't try to change things because the channel's bad or like it's going down. Like, oh, I'm gonna make a big change and see if I can get a bunch of new subscribers, because the problem with that is then you got a bunch of dead subscribers because they subscribe to you for one thing and now you're changing it. So you know what I mean? So like, I didn't want to do that. Like, I just do what I like to do. Like, it's pretty simple, you know?
That made it pretty easy. Nick, thank you for sharing that with us. I hope that the audience understands how it works and maybe gains a little bit of perspective from your answer. I really appreciate that. Do you have a video? I do personally. Do you have a video in your arsenal that's really popular that you hate? You just wish it would go away.
Trying to think. So like, number one is the airbag video. I don't hate that one. It's, you know, it's the one that really made me go viral, like legit viral. I mean, it was on every website that you could think of, like car related, every foreign. I mean, I looked it up, you know, you can look at your YouTube, like your analytics page. If you go on there, you can see who shared, you know, your video and all the websites. It was insane. So that was cool. And I don't regret that one bit or hate it. I think if I would choose a video that I was just like I would like cringe at, that went semi-viral, and we're talking like close to 1 million views, you know what I mean? I don't even know. I'd have to, you know what's funny? I'd have to literally open up my YouTube channel. I'm gonna do that right now, actually, and I'm gonna answer your question because I hate not answering questions.
Oh, it's all good.
I'm gonna look through my videos here real quick, because my popular videos, because obviously you were saying one that has what, a lot of views.
Yeah, usually like I have this video that I went into filming with a certain purpose, and that purpose got hijacked by an incident that happened. And when I went and edited the video together, I kind of tried to work that purpose in with the incident, and it was all bad. It was just bad. And so it's like a disjointed story that doesn't make any sense really when you're watching it, and people didn't really get it, and yet they kept watching it and watching it and watching. I'm like, man, I just want to take that down.
There was one I did. It's not on my top videos. It was at the time. It was like a couple 100,000 views it was getting, and I only had how many subscribers did I had? Well, I had like 30 to 50,000 subscribers. So a couple 100,000 views is obviously good for that subscriber count. And it was about not parking your car at a gas pump and then going in and getting something to eat, messing around, doesn't matter, but not just any gas pump, like the gas pump that has E85. You know, if you're not using E85, you're getting like 87 octane. So I was upset because this guy parked there. So I backed my car in, literally like bumper to bumper on his, so I grabbed the handle and started pumping in gas in my car, and I had to stretch it over, you know what I mean, just to get there, because I didn't know where he was. I waited like 5-10 minutes. He still didn't come out, and I was like, all right, this is ridiculous. So I did a video about it, and everybody thought I was the douche because I did that. And my video was about don't be a douche and park at a gas pump and go in and get something. That's why they have parking spaces at gas stations. But yeah, everybody like took it the wrong way, and I was the douche.
Sounds very similar.
You know what I mean? So that was like the first video that people thought I was some douchebag that was just being like, you know, whatever. So that was probably one video that I don't regret doing, but it was like, you know, I regretted getting that popular.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally get what you mean. So I want to for a moment compliment you on the integrity that you have as a YouTuber. You did have a massively viral video. I don't know how many folks out there haven't seen it, where you're driving down the road and the airbags just go off on your car.
Yeah.
And it just went nuts. And I know that you know that creating situations like that on your channel, especially with the kind of stuff that you do, probably wouldn't be as difficult as it might be for somebody who just does studio vlogs or something like that. Like, you know the formula. Excuse me. But you have never chosen to exploit that formula for phoniness. And I really think that shows a lot of integrity on your part. But does it ever get to you? Do you ever think, man, I know I can just do this and this video will go viral? I mean, how do you fight the urge to just know that something's going to go viral, but you're not going to do it because it wouldn't be honest?
Yeah. Yeah, there has been a few times, a few video ideas where I thought that. But so like knowing a video is going to go viral. The only video I knew that was going to go viral was the airbag video. The other ones, the next video has 2.5 million views, unloading my 1,200 horsepower straight pipe drag car in a quiet neighborhood. Like I figured it would get good views, but like not 2.5 million. You know, the next one was getting pulled over in my 1,100 horsepower drag car. I knew that was going to get decent views. It got a little more than I thought, which was cool. But
these were just things that happened. Like, they weren't things you planned to happen.
No, you're right. You're right. And I don't think I'm trying to think of a video that I was thinking about in my head, maybe, and I knew it was going to go viral, and I didn't do it because it was stupid or it was something like not me. You know, I'm trying to think, because it's only happened a few times, because like my mind doesn't think that way. Like, it doesn't say like, oh, I'm just going to do this because like I know it's going to get a lot of views. Like, I don't think that way. You know, I'm always thinking about the next video that maybe people will enjoy watching, or at least the next video that I'd like to do, or maybe the next thing that I'd like to do to my car. I'm going to do a video of it. You know, so that's how I think of it. I'm not there. There are a lot of channels out there that are looking for the next big video, because let's face it, the more views you get, the more money you're going to make. Okay,
yeah.
These channels, a lot of them are about, but like, I'd rather people watch it, enjoy it, and if it gets a lot of views, heck, even better. But like, yeah, people just continue to enjoy my stuff than get constant new viewers that are either hating on you because this video, most viral videos, there's a lot of hate or a lot of like love, or like a mixture in between. Like, it's not because you see so many new viewers when your video goes viral. You know what I mean? You have so many people that never saw you before, so they're already commenting bad stuff about you because they just hate the video or something, you know, whatever. So
yeah,
like,
that was fake, or that wasn't real, or
right. But when you get a good subscriber base and you have a good amount of people that watch, you know, every one of your videos, or even every other video that you upload, you're getting returning viewers that like what you do, and you're also getting opinions for maybe different ideas that you could do, or you're getting an opinion of what people want to see, rather than having some random dude that knows nothing about you. You know, knows nothing about the 3 years that I put into this and where I've come from up to this point. They don't know anything, right? They just know, oh, well, this guy looks like a douche because he spikes his hair. Like, you know what I'm saying? So all those things, like, you don't listen to, and I'm honestly glad that I don't have to read their comments on every video. Like, I'm glad all my videos don't go viral, because I don't want to deal with people saying that stuff, you know? So I enjoy the people that watch, you know, my videos, and enjoy reading the comments. And it's good. It makes me feel good that people enjoy something. And a lot of
That's
people,
awesome.
they say, you know, that they watch me because they're going through hard times, or they're, you know, they were in the hospital with health issues, and watching me like help them get through it. Like I get a lot of that stuff, and that's like really up there on things I feel good about. You know, that like if there's any time I question doing this, I just think of those comments, like, and think of the people that say those things. It's like, yeah, it's worth it, you know, in the end, to do it for people like that, and not like do it for yourself, you know, like some people do. So
Absolutely, and that's epic. And I think the reason why you get that sort of audience is because you're authentic and you're not manufacturing stuff. And you know, it's a two-way street. If you end up, somebody finds out you're phony, and believe me, it's happened on the internet before. It's fleeting. It's all fleeting, and it's not fleeting when you're authentic and people like what you're showing them and you for you. And that's awesome, man. I think that's fantastic. So what's your biggest failure as a YouTuber? How did you overcome it?
biggest failure. I don't know. Maybe not trying hard enough, or maybe I should reword. Well, no, yeah, just like I try to put 100% in everything I do, and sometimes I don't. You know, maybe I come home from work one day and I'm just tired. I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna push this video off. Like those times, if I would have just pushed through it, you know, maybe greater things would have happened, or maybe I would have been farther than I am now. So I guess that's kind of the biggest regret, is just not always giving 110% or whatever, you know. And I look at it as like, people say that, you know, the motivational speakers will tell you always to put 110%, but like it's not, it's just not reality. Like I mean, it's great if you try to do that, but like being able to do that, it's just not possible. I mean, the average person that lives an average life, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It is not all like perfect days, and you know, people get down for various reasons, or things happen to people that aren't expected, and you know, just being able to deal with it and move on is enough. And instead of just saying like, let's put 110% into everything, you know what I mean? It's like it's hard to do, but I wish I would do it more, I guess I could say. You know what I mean? I wish I'd just always been
Pushing
stuff, because I think there may be some missed opportunity, but you know, it is what it is. That's life, you know.
that is. So we have a couple of questions from the crowd. Zach Shanks asked, "Would you ever get a brand new 2019 Camaro 1LE 1SS?"
No, because I don't like the new front end on Camaro, unfortunately. The 2019 model. Now, the ZL1s have the same front end, but the tail lights and the rear end is a little bit different. But yeah, I don't think, if I got another Camaro, it's probably going to be a classic Camaro.
Yeah, for sure. So Lauren Lopatic, I assume that you know this person intimately, says, "Hey Nick, when are you going to let me race your car?"
Yeah, this is my girlfriend. She's all over the live feed. Where is she? Where did she say that at?
In the live feed, she asks when you're going to let her race the car.
Oh yeah, maybe this weekend at our event.
Ooh, fantastic! You want to tell the folks in the audience? There's actually probably a couple of folks here who are actually from our area or from Pennsylvania. Let them know a little bit about this event and what it's for and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so it's an event called Run What You Brung. It's a drag racing event at Cecil County Dragway, and basically it's nothing like crazy competitive. It's literally just get a racing ticket, race your car, whatever it is. Doesn't matter if you got a daily driver, you got a street car or a race car. Really doesn't matter. And bring it in, have fun. If you want to race people, if you want to call each other out, you want to have a little heads-up race, or you just want to test your car, you just want to have fun, you want to see how many passes you can make in a day, there's unlimited amount of time to do that. So, you know, you get as many runs as you want. And it's a time to come hang out with us, like myself. Dirty Max Jack will be there. A couple of the shops that we both go to, Complete Street Performance and Race Proven Motorsports will be there. along with some diesel shops that Jack goes to, Diesels Unlimited and Lime Ridge Auto. And there's going to be other YouTubers there that as well that are coming, making the trip. So you'll see them, and yeah, it's just going to be a fun day to hang out and do this fun racing. And it's kind of like a playoff of the YouTube callouts that I organized a couple of years down, where I think we did like 4 of them. Yeah, 2 in 2017 and 2 in 2018. So it's a playoff of them, but not being the same thing. You know what I mean? Because just wanted to make it a little different, a little more personal and just sociable, you know.
Awesome. It sounds like an awesome event. If you guys can make it, the very last video that Nick did, there's a image of the promo there that gives you the website. But do you want to just mention the website so that folks can find it?
Yeah, it's drivenevents.us, and it's this Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Gates open at 9. If you get your tickets now online on that website, they are cheaper than getting them at the gate, and they may run out. So we're only allowing X amount of racers, a limited amount of racers. So like, if they're sold out, let's say tomorrow, then we're not selling anymore. So if you come to the track thinking, yeah, I'll just buy one there, you might not be able to, because we might not have any more. So I definitely recommend getting it online if you're planning on coming. And if the weather would, by some freak chance, just like decide to rain on us all day, which it doesn't look like that. It looks actually like it's going to be the exact opposite. It looks really nice, so I'm glad about that. But we do have a rain date of July 7th. So you can still make that event if it rains.
Awesome. So Lauren does say about the last question, lies in the chat.
Lies, yeah.
So that's what she thinks about that. What is the most important tip that you can impart to other YouTubers that can help them if they're just starting out, or maybe they've been doing this for a year or so? What's the biggest tip that you can give them to help them along their journey?
I would just say, do what you love, like make videos of what you love doing, because if you don't, it's going to seem fake and it's going to seem forced, and people aren't going to enjoy it. And maybe you are a good actor, maybe you can act the part and fake it, and hey, if that works, then by all means. But like, I would say it's better to love what you're doing, and grow slowly, or maybe you don't grow at all. YouTube is a huge platform with millions of channels, and it's going to be hard. Like I'm going to say right now, like my channel at 270 some thousand subscribers, 271, it's not normal. Okay, that's not the norm. Smaller channels, we're talking less than 10,000 subscribers, we're talking even less than 1,000 subscriber channels. Those are normal. Like that's your average channel. But to get up there, you have to put in a lot of work, and sometimes it is the luck of the draw on a lot of things, especially viral videos. Like it's the luck of the draw. It's just what people are watching that day, or maybe what's popular that week, that they manage to all click on your video. You could post the best video in the world. You could post a video about curing cancer, and it might get 25 views.
Yeah, absolutely. If anyone's searching for it or nobody's searching for it, it ain't gonna get seen.
This 5-year-old kid that's going to open a toy and play with it, and all of a sudden it's got 50 million views, like something crazy. And you're like, what is going on? So it's like, it's you got to know what you're getting yourself into, but you can't go into it thinking I'm doing this because I want to be famous or I want to make money. Like, don't go into it that way.
Yeah,
you're going to go into it for all the wrong reasons.
For sure. For sure. So just a Z71, just a Z71 mentions in his comment, he has big respect for you. It seems like the comment is directed towards you got money for a false charity and stood up and did what was right and gave it to a different charity. I don't know much about this.
Oh, yeah.
Elaborate?
Yeah. So last year, around June or July. This company contacted me, and they were giving away a new ZL1. I was like, that's cool. And they wanted me to be essentially the ambassador to promote this giveaway. And I said, okay, I'm listening. And we talked through everything. And after a week or so going back and forth, I was like, I think this will be cool because my subscribers obviously are subscribed to me for my cars and what I do. And I have a Camaro ZL1. I have 2 of them now. And this would be a perfect opportunity for my viewers to be able to win that car. So we worked through everything, and I ended up doing a video for them. But they ended up flying me down to North Carolina. And it was a charity thing is what they were trying to go for, was like basically they wanted to give a portion of that money back to charity. Whatever they made on this giveaway, they'd give the car away and they'd give money to charity at the same time. And there are a few companies like that. Omaze is one of them. It's a big one. They do a lot of charity stuff, but they also make a lot of money too off of this. They have big celebrities come in and promote their giveaways. So this was sort of the same thing, but on a lower level. And they had ideas they wanted to do, and I was listening to, and everything. But if we end up fast forwarding here in a month or two into the future, basically it all turned out to be really weird and questionable, and a lot of red flags came up for me as far as how they were running their business and doing things. And a lot of the people weren't getting orders. They had ordered stuff, and it wasn't good. And it sucked because I was kind of suckered into doing this because I wanted to help out a charity, and I also wanted to help out and give the opportunity to my followers to win this car. So I was in it for those reasons, and they seemed to be in it for the making money reason. And it ended up to be this, I'm going to call it a scam because there's no other word to describe it. That's the easiest way to say it. And some people did think that immediately about it. There were already people commenting out on the video saying like, this doesn't seem right, this doesn't seem right. And I only given a chance because I wanted to see the money go to charity. Like, the whole mission was to like give back, and I wanted to do that, and that never happened. So that's when I decided to break ties with them. But unfortunately, being the face of the whole thing, I was the one labeled as the person who scammed them, even though I had nothing to do with that. I was there to promote it and really to help out the charity. So in the end, to clear the air, to convince the people that kept calling me the scammer and me this and how could you do this, like a lot of people, that affected me a lot, affected the channel a lot. I did a video and I ended up giving back money to a charity that I wanted to give the money to in the first place, and they never did. So I ended up just giving all the money back to them. They paid me obviously to promote, back when I promoted the giveaway for them. So every cent that I earned from them went back to the charity, and that was it right there. So
that's awesome, Nick. That just speaks to your integrity. It had to be really difficult for you. Yeah. Not to giving the money to the charity thing, but to have people accuse you of not doing something forefront and honest. I know.
Yeah, honestly, the worst part about it, that's not even the bad part, people accusing me, because like those are people that don't know me, right? But what I'm talking about, the worst part is when you go into something and you trust somebody or you trust a business partner and they completely lie to you. Like, that's the worst part. And that's happened multiple times in different things throughout my life. It's happened in the band. It's happened in stuff here with YouTube, a few years ago with people I work with. And it happened again with this company. So like, a trust is a huge thing for me. And that's the worst part about it, I think. It wasn't me being labeled as a scammer, because like those people labeling me like that, they don't know who I am. So that's
you know who you are. So yeah, that's all
really affect me as much as like somebody that you put your trust into and your time and your effort, and it just backfires in your face. You know what I mean? So.
Absolutely. So Zach Shanks asks, what is your favorite year of classic Camaro, and when you think you might get one for your channel?
What's my favorite year of the classic Camaros? 69. 1969 Camaro would be the year I would get. I wouldn't there'd be no question about it for sure.
Awesome, awesome. Do you see yourself getting one anytime soon for the channel?
I don't know. So I need more garage space because I only got a 2-car garage and I got 2 cars. If I would get one soon, and this is probably the first time I'll say this on a video, is basically I would end up selling the 2017 Camaro, because that's the car. If I had to sell one of them, that would be the car that I would get rid of to get, you know, a classic car. If I could have 3, that'd be great, you know, but I need space, obviously, to put the other car. But if it would be soon, I would have to sell one of them. Like, say I wanted to get the car, you know, before the end of the year, I wanted a classic car, then I'd have to sell, you know, the 2017. But trust me, I thought about it. You know, I've thought about different scenarios on how to get one, and it'll happen. Just not sure when.
Absolutely. So, as a car lover myself and a Mustang driver, I'm just wondering, would you ever consider getting a different, something other than a Camaro to feature on the channel? I'm sure you're always going to have a Camaro featured on the channel, but is there anything else you've ever had your eye on that you're like, man, the things I could do to that, or something like that? Or are you just a Chevy guy?
Yeah, so I actually had a Jeep. I'm not sure if you had watched me back then, but I bought like just a piece of junk Jeep and thought I could fix it up and do all this stuff, and it just turned out to be a nightmare. So I ended up selling it. But I thought about getting, you know, something different. I just don't know. I thought about actually getting a bike, a motorcycle, but you know, I'd probably end up killing myself on it. So I don't know if I'm going to get that. But yeah, I thought about it, getting something different. You know, obviously the main vehicles are going to be the Camaros. You know, but again, like just kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, is like I don't want to change it up too much just because of the following that and what the people come to see. You know what I mean? So like, I don't want to, let's say, completely, let's say, sell that and get a Dodge or like a Demon or the next big Dodge car, right?
Yeah.
I would get a Dodge following now, but then the people that are hardcore Chevy followers, or maybe they just don't like Dodge, whatever, they're gonna go away. You know, they're gonna get bored with it. I've seen it happen on other channels. I've seen channels feature one car and their channel revolves around the one car, or the same type of cars, and they get rid of them and they do a completely different genre of cars, or maybe they do trucks. And I've seen it, you know, and whether or not it's good, I just, you know, I probably won't do it. I probably won't get a completely different vehicle. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. And by the way, for the folks in the chat, I'm not a Mustang guy. It just happens to be what I own right now. I've had 2 BRZs and a Challenger and lots of other. I'm not a specific make kind of guy. I just like cars. But let's see. We've got somebody asked a question. Gregory Salvatore asked something about being upset that you sold your 5th, or you did so much work on your 5th gen, and he wanted you to trade it to him.
Wait, where's this question? Where's this at?
This is Gregory Salvatore says, I'm upset you did so much work on your 5th gen. For all you did to it, you could have traded cars with me and still had a 1,200 horsepower missile.
Oh, he's just cracking a joke. Well, yeah.
Oh man. Do you still talk to the guy who sold the Jeep, who is fixing it?
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while, honestly. I looked at his channel a couple times just to see what the progress of the Jeep. But I know he's definitely working on it, you know, like he said he was going to. And he said it was gonna be a slow process, which it has been, which is normal, because that Jeep definitely needed a lot of work. But yeah, I'm still interested to see what the finished product is gonna be, for sure.
Cool. Do you have other, I know you work full time, so this is probably a silly question, but do you have other YouTubers that you watch regularly, just guys you enjoy, maybe not even in the car niche?
That's funny. I don't really have a regular channel per se that I watch. I just look up random stuff here and there, you know, when I get time. But I'll be perfectly honest with you right now, and it may sound like I'm a bad friend to other people, like other YouTubers, but I don't watch them because I don't have time. I barely even watch I watch my video as soon as I upload and post. I watch the video, just as like another proofreading thing. Like, make sure I didn't do something stupid, and I could like at last minute like take it off. Before normally like 1,000 people might have seen it. I'll take it off and I'll re-upload it, and that's only happened once that I can remember. But I just don't have time, man, to sit there. Because a lot of people's videos are over 10 minutes, and I wish I had more time to watch people. I'll catch an episode here and there of some of my friends that are on YouTube, but as far as watching every single one of them, I don't, unfortunately.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, YouTube, I think that's one of the things about being a full-time YouTuber that kind of bums me out the most, is that I don't get to really enjoy other people's content as much as I like to. And the ones that I do generally tend to watch happen to be in my niche. And just because I'm kind of trying to see what they're doing and how they do it, and adjust according to what works and what doesn't. So unfortunately, now I end up watching YouTube with a much more critical eye than I used to. And I always feel bad for the guys that I share videos with, because they always end up watching 15 or 20 of mine. But I think that was a really good tip that you just gave about making sure that when you upload your video, you actually physically watch it, because you didn't. Sometimes you uploaded edit 17, but there were 19 edits, So it's a good one. I like that. Is there any other YouTuber in your specific niche that you never met or you'd love to collaborate with in some way?
In the automotive channel, you mean? Automotive world? Or
well, it could be any niche, really. I mean, I'm not a vlogger anymore, but I'd certainly love to meet Casey Neistat. Is there somebody you'd love to work with or get a chance to meet from the YouTube sphere? Yeah,
I mean, Casey for sure. There was a time, probably like a year or two ago, when I was watching like all of his videos. That was one of the guys that when he would upload, I'd watch it. And just kind of take cool pointers of different ways he would vlog. When I was learning the vlog style, I guess. And other than that, I mean, there's not many more. I mean, early, we're talking before I even started a channel back in like the 2000s. Like, there was a couple channels out there that I was watching, like comedy channels, and they were doing like pranks and stuff like that. Like, I would watch those, but they're by this time they're long gone, right? So I don't know. I don't really have anybody that else I would really want to meet as far as on YouTube. I'm just like, people think maybe because I have a big channel that I'm this YouTube like genius and I know all this stuff about YouTube, but I really don't. Like, I just upload videos and post them. And that's what I've been doing. Like, I've done some research here and there about different weird stuff, and all the YouTube algorithm has changed again. Nobody's seeing my videos, that all that crap. It's like, I just go with it, man. Because I stopped trying to figure it out. I stopped trying to figure out how social media works, and I just post stuff.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
So more ZL1 asks, are you guys coming to Camaro Fest?
Yep. Yes, we are. Be third year in a row. I'm excited for that one.
There you go. So we have about 5 minutes left, Nick, and I want to make sure that you get another moment or two to talk about your event coming up on this Sunday. Folks, I'm in Pennsylvania. There are a lot of people on the stream in Pennsylvania. If you guys are in Pennsylvania, have a listen to what Nick has to say, especially if you're a car guy, or even if you're not in Pennsylvania. It's really, honestly, not that far from New Jersey and other places. So, Nick, tell us a little bit about your event this weekend.
Yep, Run What You Brung at Cecil County Dragway in Rising Sun, Maryland. It's this Sunday, and it's going to be a drag racing event. Not really a competitive racing event. Like, there aren't any prizes or money, like, payouts. It's just we rented out the track, myself and Dirty Max Jack, and we want to invite everybody to come and have a good time and be able to race whatever car they bring, from a daily driver to literally a full-on race car. So we're looking forward to seeing people. Obviously, we're going to be there with all of our vehicles with the tent and set up. We'll be talking to people all day, like That's what I want to do. That's actually the fun part for me. It's not racing. It's meeting everybody and talking to everybody. So if I could, I would just have an event where I could just talk to anybody. Like, forget about racing, forget about my car. I just like stand there and talk to everybody, because that's what I do enjoy that a lot. Yeah, it's just gonna be a nice, relaxed day. There's gonna be other YouTubers there as well, some other companies that people know. So it'll be fun. It's gonna be nice weather too. I'm pretty happy about that.
Awesome. It looks like lots of folks in the chat are gonna try to make the trip. Is there? Oh, you know what? Actually, one of my compadres asked this question or mentioned this question while we were on our way home from Maryland over the, I guess, 2 days ago. Either way, he wanted to know whether there was some modifications to your daily driver ZL1 that you regret making just because it's not quite so much. It's once it becomes a handful to drive, it's, you know, kind of, you can't go out in the rain and things. Are there things you regret doing to the car that you can't take back now?
I want to say absolutely not, just because it's, you know, it's an awesome car. But at the same time, like, yeah, like sometimes I wish it was completely stopped, so I don't have to worry about like anything. You know, I'm always like plugging in the laptop and like seeing like doing a log of like how the car is running. Well, it's not idling right this time because of this or something. There's always something. Like, no matter how good somebody says the car is, or how good they're showing you online that, oh, this car is perfect, it's the best, you know, trust me, there's something wrong with it. There's always something that happened. And that's what you don't get when you buy something and keep it stocked. Generally, cars just run. And if they do have an issue, you just take it to the dealership and they fix it for free because it's probably under warranty. You know, with this, you're modifying, your warranty is completely out the door. You might as well just kiss that goodbye. And now every single problem is your own, and you have to pay for it. You have to fix it. You have to figure it out, whatever. But that's the life of, you know, guys that modify and tune their cars. So we basically sacrificed that to just have that little bit of fun for that split second maybe on the road. That's just like, this is awesome. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of fun. Let's be honest.
That totally like outweighs all the other crap, you know, that comes along with it. So yeah, I mean, I guess if I was gonna have it a daily driver, like literally drive it every day, which I don't drive it every day. That's why I got my truck, right? I could drive it every day if I wanted to, but if that's what it was gonna be, I probably would modify it, you know, keep it more daily friendly. But
all right, well, one last question, and this one is from me. I'm wondering, because I watch car auctions and stuff on TV from time to time and all that sort of stuff. In your opinion, is the value of the ZL1s that you own diminished by what you do to them, or would they be more valuable stock, I guess is the question.
To CarMax, to Kelley Blue Book, to Chevrolet dealership right down the road, yes, they would be more valuable stock. But in the grand scheme of things, if I were to sell one or both of them, first of all, I'm not thinking about selling them. I'm not thinking about keeping the value up, or maybe trying to appreciate the value instead of depreciate the value like most vehicles do. Like, I'm not thinking about that, right? I mean, that's not what it is. But for the right buyer, if I would sell my car tomorrow, the right buyer would pay me what I would want, because they would know the money and time that have gone into the cars and the value of the parts that are on them. You know, I mean, the engine alone is worth half of the entire Kelley Blue Book value of the car. You know, so like just that in itself is like, you can take the value and be like, whoop, like that, because, you know, you're not going to buy a used version of that car and do everything I did, you are going to be way up here with your costs, you know, because we're talking
about a knowledgeable person is going to pay you what the car's worth, and that's the only one you sell the car to anyways.
And we're talking about stuff I did over like 3 years now. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a long haul for both cars, but yeah.
Awesome, Nick. Well, you know what? It's been an absolute pleasure to be able to spend this hour with you and ask you these questions. I hope everybody in the audience got a chance to get their questions answered. That's what it's all about. I want you guys to know more about the YouTube journey for Nick, and hopefully can inform your YouTube journey as well. Thank you so much, Nick, for taking the time to spend this hour with me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate you having me on. It's good time.
Awesome, awesome. For all of you folks in the audience, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you're interested in this sort of content or content that helps you grow on YouTube, don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. That's kind of what I do. But either way, I'm just glad I was able to bring Nick to you guys tonight, so you get so that you could get to know a little bit more about this awesome guy behind the camera. So much integrity, so much fun. He's a classy dude, and I really appreciate him coming on with me for an hour. Guys, do me a big favor, and you know what? Make it count. You only get one day. One of these days, I guess June 19th, 2019. So you want to make it count. Make sure that you go out there and do something that makes it a special day other than being here, which was pretty special for me. I know that. But hug your kids, hug your wife. Have a great day. Find your adventure, and I will see you guys really soon.